They like bump their head standing up. No. Okay, it's just gust and gales, which might be less bad. Overcharged electricity. Due to increased ambient limb fields energy, all electric damage taken as part of the zone is increased. Gusts and gales as part of the zone is frequently subject to high winds. Okay, so if this entire bubble is just high winds, that might not be a big deal. I guess we'll see as we go in. I'm worried, but because I'm scarred by past experiences with that kind of fucked up bubble. But if the storm is just winds, it's probably not the end of the world. But that depends a lot on how windy it is. Like, do I get picked up by the wind? Is my car moved by the wind? If so, I might want to try to drive around it. But this also isn't a very... The other bad acid storm was like in the marsh, right? Which is more flat and I can navigate it. But we're in the mountains again, so going off path can be a struggle here. There's just a saw blade out there? I hear something. But I think, according to the map, I almost passed a structure here? Yeah, we did. Ah! Electric visitors. Blocking the door. Now I'm safe, locked in the room that hurts me. Ow. Things could be going better. Alright, that's 8% damage. Ow. Someday I'll have the upgrade where I don't get hurt by those particular excursions. But that required a completely different resource. I conflated it with swamp coral, but swamp coral is what I need to upgrade my backpack. A completely different resource. Alright, let's, ooh. I forgot to get the gas from that last tank. I keep thinking about gas and not getting it. What kind of vehicle? Is it turned over? Oh, it's a train car. And it's still on a track. Okay. Are train cars useful in this game? Do they have an open compartment to loot from? Can you climb them in the first place? I don't know if it even lets me climb this. I don't think there's an open gas. This might be useless for us. Yep, I don't think you can open anything about that. Did I refueled the main tank, but did I refuel you? You're fine. Okay, good. I have a lot of uncertainty about my own past actions all the time, but thankfully I have a lot of good habits that just kind of I kind of autopilot through, and a lot of things that I'm worried I forgot, I didn't. Yay! Except yesterday when I went to the grocery store. Well, worse, I didn't drive to the grocery. I walked to the grocery store, so that's already a commitment to take that approach. I'm like, yeah, let's focus on my health a bit. We'll drive to and from the grocery store some more, and I'll carry groceries home, and that'll be like a bit of exercise and blah blah blah. Hurricane squall. Extremely localized winds. How localized? Am I gonna see like? Am I gonna get blown around? The sky looks fucking crazy, that's for sure. I walked to the grocery store. Oh god, it's getting pushed. Okay. I walked to the grocery store, I loaded up my entire thing with groceries. Went all around the whole store, blah blah blah, you know, did grocery shopping. I don't know why I'm explaining it in so much detail. I get in line, I wait in line for a while. There's only one lane open, and there's like 10 people in line. And then when I'm third in line, I'm about ready. I then, on a whim, check my back pocket. I don't have my wallet. Hooray. Okay, yonder squall dothn't fuck around. So anyway, I think you can leave it with customer service or whatever, but I don't ever feel like being like that. So I go around the store, put every single item I had grabbed back where it belonged. Oh god, the storm is getting worse. And then I walked home. Just walked all the way home. No groceries for my efforts. I felt very punished for trying to take the healthier choice for the day. Okay. The amount of wind is alarming, but not the end of the world so far. I'm curious about the extremely dangerous part. I wonder if there's things the wind can pick up. That'd be very bad for me. Those floating rocks are not moving, surprisingly. And I guess they give the wind a direction that you can observe. Which means that if I park on the right side of vehicles, I won't lose my car. I think I'm more resistant to the wind because the car has a huge surface area, so it gets blown around. But I'm a little guy. I could be in danger, but I honestly don't seem to be getting moved around by it. Oh, you can't go inside this building. Sometimes it's what's on the outside that counts, actually. All that children media was lying to you. And what's on the outside wasn't very much, as it turns out. Okay. The hurricane's kind of fucking off. I'm stuck. We're having a bit of struggle here. But the storm's about to leave me behind, actually. We're almost through it. Surprisingly. I'm really getting a lot of storm right now on the boundaries of it. Damn. Okay. The big squall is politely fucking off. It's actually moving. The anchors are still in it, which is unfortunate. But I can loot a few buildings before I go there. This area is very bouncy. Or I am bouncy in it, at least. Oops. I don't know what that sound is. Is that just a distant storm? Maybe. It sounds oddly staticky. Oh, there's another building you can't go inside of. I do kind of want to go back in that storm to pick up those anchors if I can. Very carefully. Things might calm down soon. I'm sure there's a use to that. Oops. I'm sure there's a use to having this thing be zoomed in when you leave it, but it just makes it so it's hard for me to see. Oh, we're going down in there. Okay. Whenever this thing's zoomed in, it's almost always a mistake when I leave it that way. I think it's often because I'm pressing a particular button while I'm trying to leave the menu. What is that? What is that? What are those? No, it's a... Oh, it's just an electrical storm that happens to have a tree in it. And the tree looks like something new, but it's not. I thought I saw a circle around a tree, and so I thought the tree was making the circle happen. Okay, I don't know if I want to explore that. It's full of radiation and has patrolling thingies in it. I do think I want that, though, which is the plasma on the outside. Which admittedly might take out the electricity, too. Ow! It did not take out the electricity. I depowered the electricity and it still hurt me. Rude. Now I'm going to have a sandwich. Yum yums. Let's loop back around to the anchor itself. Or this interesting tower over here. That is hopefully not full of a bad thing happening to it. Weird electric arcs that I don't want to see. What was that sound? I'd be worried. Oh, it's one of you little shits. Ah! Okay, yeah, it definitely gets blown away. I should have used the other thing to actually cut it up. But with how windy it is, I might have to worry about resources getting lost if they're exposed to the wind. That seems likely. I broke my thingy. I'm about to lose this flashlight. There it goes. But I had a replacement ready. Oh, and I also have a replacement crowbar, don't I? Is it in here? Yep. Sure is. Let's eat again. Poor me. Poor me has been through a lot. Alright. That's a chunk of stuff. Is that 11 rubber so far? That's a chunk, but not great. We definitely need a lot of it. Okay, there's a lot of coverage here. I should just burst through it. Greetings. That's probably not good. Uh-oh. That's a bad sound. Ow. Okay, I can reasonably get the other anchor before it gets bad because it's nearby. Not the bunnies. Aren't we still in the increased electrical damage zone? Is that still a thing that's happening right now? It's kind of out of the way. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay. If y'all could politely not. Close it. Close the door. Yeah. Alright, let's get the fuck out of here, huh? Find the road somewhere around here. Some of this electricity is probably gonna arc to me. Especially right there. Maybe not. I'm on the road. Great news. Put us on the path to get the fuck out of here. Only one thing is yellow. One of the storage devices. I'm a few levels in, so I'm a bit surprised how not bad things are going. As far as needing... Like, I have not used a repair putty on this run. No, thank you. Is this covered bridge bad for me? No, it's going to my goal. When I see a covered bridge, I'm always a little worried that I'm going to find out that it is obfuscating the particular direction I was trying to go in. That's a lot of electric everything. That's more. Going up here now. How we doing? Not bad. Let's just nab what's in here. Sometimes it's even lore. Yeah, it is. Oops. No, don't unloot that. There you go. Sometimes I just want to loot all button. There's a loot all resources, but then that leaves certain things behind. But I want those too. How bad are we? Not bad. Stakes are honestly low enough that I can just check this place out. The storm is not coming fast. I guess it's much slower when it suddenly gets summoned in the middle of a run versus when it gets summoned during the chase, which makes sense. At least gameplay-wise. I don't know if that makes any sense, like, lore-wise. You can distinctly feel how much slower it is when it's not an end-of-level thing, but a surprise thing. Boop. One more. Yum yums. Is that a screw? Does each piece of food you eat give you a screw? Because there's like a screw built into like the mechanism of how it opens or something. Oh yeah, this one's expanding super slowly. Works for me, I guess. I should have repaired the one damaged thing since I'm safe. Alrighty, we're good. And now for heavy fog and shocking speed, which is its own problem. And yeah, these places do not have perpetual stability, which means... usually doesn't mean much, but it does mean that eventually I will hear that noise and the storm comes at me like it did just now. We're learning it's not the end of the world, but it might be worse sometimes. They might eventually be like, They might eventually be like, there might be... Oop. Takes a while to heal, huh? Will it even do enough? It's probably enough, at least for now. I wouldn't be surprised if zones have like an invisible difficulty rating, or maybe an invisible one that I haven't noticed or something, that like indicates how quickly the storm will come, like regardless of any other ratings. There are 5 anchors here, and they're all of the less useful type of anchor. But if and they're all very small and weak, which isn't great either. I guess if I nab enough of them up, they'll collectively be worth something. I'm not out of things to spend regular storage on. Or regular stable energy on. For all I know, you might even need it to max out the entire... they might keep giving you more to spend it on for a while. Like, I was able to spend it on a lot of things on my car, but it was just the same upgrade over and over again for... Whoops. It was the same upgrade over and over again for getting all the racks, and I wouldn't be surprised if all the storage lockers at your base also require stable energy, just as like a spammable upgrade to give it a purpose in the long term, because you have to keep going through stable areas to get to the other places. There it is. If I can get past this damn barrier. But I'm also just reflexively like, this is the important thing in the level. I should always grab it. Oh god. How did he not notice me? So am I just surrounded by these fuckers? A Minuteman. Can I break one? Yes. That's how it works. Okay, good to know. I was like at my final straw where I'm like, it's just becoming dickish that they keep surrounding me with these things. At some point, it just feels unfair that they surround you, so there must be a trick. There is, you just beat it up. Also, it's a Minuteman. Those individual poles are a separate entity than the, throbbing mass or whatever it was called. The sizzling Jake. There it is. I saw the dark mist in the distance. Yep. One of them out there. Pneuma tube, give me lore, no lore. Dumpster pearl, though. Fuel is doing great. Wow. Energy's doing great. And we're at our destination already, so I don't really have to worry about my car's meters so much. Just have to avoid all the things that want to cause it harm. Ah, fuck. Oh. I was closer than I thought I was. Now I'm going off a cliff. Wow, that was an amazing setup and payoff for me talking about avoiding harm. I guess both the anchors appear to be at the bottom of this valley, so I should head down there very carefully at this point. While driving, remain airborne for 6 seconds. Achievement unlocked. I think that achievement's bugged. Ow. Ow. That was a bad... Okay. This was not graceful. This was not graceful. I am not moisturized and thriving and in my lane. Things have gone unwell. But I'm down here now. Let's just fix this poor guy up real quick. Ow. Yeah, I do believe that achievement was incorrect, and I was very much not airborne. I think it just kind of like was awkwardly pinned on a rock, and it decided that I wasn't on the ground by some standard. It's interesting that you can be long-term electrified for a while, and then it wears off, and that's the shocking state. But there's separately the state where you But then there's separately the state where you can get an electronic component of your base disabled, of your car disabled. But they both look like that, just the fizzling and sizzling forever. Because yeah, my rear bumper's power was disabled. But that was weird. Why was it disabled? Or no, it's not weird that it was disabled. It's weird that it being disabled is communicated the same way. This is oil. I don't need oil. Oil's free back at the base. It's weird that it was communicated the same way as it would be if it was electrified. Even though those are very different, because one of those things is you should fix electrician's kit, which is relatively expensive, and the other one, you wait for it to go away. Ah, you fuckers. I know your trick now. I murder you. Bonk. Oh god. Oh, no! Okay, I dodged it. At least I dodged the electricity. Ow? Ow. Okay. Well, you damaged more, you dick. I wonder how quickly you can protect yourself by doing the parking brake, if that helps. I admittedly haven't always been doing that. I've just been kind of like reversing and braking and stuff. But that's something I also wanted to comment on, but I keep forgetting to because everything else is happening. Can I climb this tower? No? Yes? But the guy who tried to tow me earlier... Yeah, I don't know how to get up there. A guy tried to tow me earlier and he just, like, left. The ghost shell stump. Can you only nab one of these from each one? This one? And not the rest of them? Get big. Like, do I gather those? With the vacuum? Seems like no. Well, I finally scanned the ghost shell stump, so maybe that'll give me some context for it. Also, I've tried to... the reason I parked here in the first place, besides the tower, was that I wanted to get that anchor. And that's not an anchor, it's a fucking ghost shell tree. And that's how they originally got my attention, is they look like an anchor point. It's a glowing golden arching thingy. But no, it's a tree. That you almost would think was evolved to distract me and draw me in. Like a anglerfish. Oops. I assume these are all terrible. I'm at 4.9, that's something. Oops. More than I thought they were gonna be giving me, honestly. Oh no! That snuck up on me. Ow. No! Oh no. Whee! Whee! Oh my god! Fuck me. No. Thank you. Uh-oh. Well that was nice of you. I'm gonna go this way, I think? This way. Please get out of the acid pool. Oh, my poor car. We were doing so well for a little while there. Oh, front left light is red now. Get out of this stuff. I honestly, wasn't sure you could flip over in this game. Or that you could get stuck flipped over, specifically. Ow. I was starting to... I was in the point where I had to wonder, like, could I even get out of that at that point? Ow. Let's fix you up. We'll look into how good the other repair device is when I can afford to make one. But at that moment, I was like, how do you flip over? I had the thought of maybe you get out of the car and then you hit it with the punch device. My hammer? Maybe that's enough to knock your car over and deal with that problem. But that was a genuine kind of like shit yourself moment where you're like, wait, hang on a minute. How much trouble am I in? Can I even fix this? This game can be scary on that level where you have so much sunk cost in what you're trying to accomplish that when things start to go bad, you're like, wait a minute. Now I could lose my run, I could lose my vehicle. I don't know how bad this is going to go for me. I don't know if I have the tools to fix this problem. I had that fear with the battery situation. I had that fear with should be a building in this direction. I had that fear with the acid. Oh my god. And yeah, that moment of flipping over, you're like, no, no, this is it. This is my first failed run. Which, for all I know, might just make you lose all of the parts on your vehicle. Like, what if the vehicle just comes back and it's like the day you first got it. And you lose every upgrade and have to rebuild all of them. You wouldn't lose the technology, so you could do it. But that could be a very costly thing. If failure is that consequential, it'll be interesting to think about. Because then it creates a dynamic where it could be very costly to lose, but if you never lose, then you never face that. Which makes me think about... Oh, they're gone. Oh, are they all leaving? They're like moving in a direction, I guess. I figured that those things are what causes the electric thing to chase you around. One of them over here. I figured the electric thing that chases you around is made by the pylons, and since I know how to fight the pylons, I imagine that means I can beat up the electric thing in a way similar to how I beat up everything else. Can I get into this thing? Need TP, trade for food. Here's the fucking door. So I get for trying to move around without turning a light on. I just embarrass myself continually not finding the door. Bigfoot approval? Adra is the future, the end. Dang, owned that guy. Hello. Sure owned that guy back there. Oh, yep, it's summoning them again. So they're definitely linked. And that means that should mean you can fight them. Which maybe I should test since it's coming over here. What's electrifying? If that thing is patrol... So I didn't really get to confirm that I defeated the thing, specifically. It's just kind of way off in the distance and has its own pylons, so it's not chasing me. So if it's chasing me, I can attack the one that's close to me and beat up that one and then see if it disappears. But if it doesn't chase me, it's much harder to tell if it gets defeated that way. Okay, we have another impact hammer, so I don't need to worry about that running out. Turn that sideways. Actually, it's probably best like this, because have had the shapes of those items or whatever. Whatever. Ow. I said ow, but I actually was not harmed. In real life or in the video game. He is fine. I could do to find more vehicles on the side of the road. Which would help if I was by the road. So I still need more rubber, and I'm not really doing a good job at finding it by not going to the road constantly. Like between these spots, do I keep my? I keep my waypoint when I get out of the vehicle. So there goes my theory of why that one thing might be useful. Because you don't even need it to find stuff when you're out of the vehicle, because you can mark it on the map and then find it on foot. 5k is not good. 5k is not good, but I'm going to tank it for now. And nab up my resources. I think the electric thing is nearby, which is bad because it's even more sources of damage. Uh-huh. Where is it? There it is. Damn, this zone is mad at me. Ow! It like spawned right on me. I don't know what some of these sounds are that I'm hearing, but they seem bad. No! No! See, I don't get it. Sometimes they don't go after me, and it's very weird to me. don't throw it. I'm gonna eat the MRE to become less dead. Because ow. That could have healed me more. Does it react to your car being activated, and if it's not turned on, it doesn't come at you? Parking brake definitely seems to help. Okay, so if your car is not turned on, it passes right over you. And I think it might only attack you if certain things are in your hands. Kind of like how it came after me when I was holding an anchor. Can you go away, though? What? Okay, no, it definitely sees me again. I don't know what causes it to miss me. Because my car... Weird. Does this always shit out a speed boost? That feels unremarkable because speed boosts are fairly common. That's just a speed boost, right? Those aren't remarkable. Oh, the air is weird around here. That's not just the fog, right? Oh, it's because it's by the arc spot that I've destabilized. I'm going back in. Does this thing have a power source? I guess Arda? I forget. I keep forgetting where the R is. I'm guessing that Adra buildings are... are powered by that new... Oh, that's the bad stuff. Don't go by that. That's the black mist. So Adra buildings are usually powered by the plasma stuff, but I guess older buildings are often just still on the old power grid, and surprisingly, at least some of them still are functional on that in that system. So when I see electricity, I look for plasma, but that's often just not on the table. We are cleaning this map out. Okay, I could use with more everything really, but particularly... Yes, you have a wheel. Remembering my duty to find... Did I forget to dump my inventory? No. Uh-oh. Okay, we're in a bit more of a hurry then. Actually, yeah, we're in a bit more of a hurry. Yeah, okay, it's over there. I just remembered the fact that, like, I need to initiate a jump. I need to get distance from these ones in order to be able to do one. So we'll nab you up real quick. I gotta get going. Fuck. It looks like they're all too close to me, so I need, like, find distance too. I really hope I don't get fucked over by this system where you have to get distance. Is there a single one I can pick? Oh, this system is annoying. Okay. So first I need to haul ass out of the zone. And then I need to haul ass back into the zone. Because you can only start a chase with one that's in a certain distance. A little bit of drifting. I'm so good at that. Yeah, I definitely didn't crash into a tree. Okay. Huh. And here we go. So I think I just spent 2, but I still have 5.6 because I got so much. So I think I must have a 7.6 before I spent it. Which is nice. That's coming at me fast. And I'm coming at them fast. I probably should have shocked myself on purpose for the speed just now. Oh, there's the yellow barrier. More obvious than usual. Alright, let's get shocked. I can't see where I'm going. That's a tree. See, that's the downside to that approach. You crash into a big tree. Specifically the type that your car doesn't win against. And then you're like, fuck. Please don't tow me. Please do not tow me. Those things could hold on to you for a while. Uh-oh. Speaking of trees I don't defeat. Considering how hard I hit these handful of things, that's not the worst damage ever. Okay, don't get cocked on the slope or I'll slide back down and lose a lot of time. But we're pretty good. Yeah, haha, I did it.
Bring back anything good this time?
Don't taunt me. Ugh. Okay. This should be a more straightforward session for a bit. So we're mostly trying to get access to the next zone. But I've got some repairs to do. Yeah, once I have the other repair device, it should be easier to deal with some of these things, because I could just like spot check everything and just like go thing by thing and just repair everything to nearly 100% all the time, instead of being like, well, gotta use this thing efficiently, because repair putty repairs like 40 health, and so if I use it on something that's too low on health, it won't accomplish anything. It'll be a waste. So lots of that stuff. Let's get to the unloading. D-pad keeps breaking. There we go. I don't even know what to do with these still. This is one of those cases where when you click on something, it auto-selects something else. It'd be nice if it auto-selected another thing that you can transfer to the thing you're looking at right now, instead of being like, what if I auto-selected this dumb other item that's irrelevant? And you're like, why? Bateau. Oh, I thought it was a Christmas tree. It looks like one. Bateau? His name is Boat, and he owns a boat? Yeah, oh my god, dumpster pearls. I don't even remember finding a dumpster. Actually, well, I guess I did find dumpsters. I forget the dumpster pearls. Did I get a new item? I had a quest. I had a lore thing pop up, and I'm like, did something come out of that I've never seen before? Oh, it's probably just paint. That's much less interesting. Right. Dumpster pearls feel supernatural, so I associate them with friendly dumpsters, but they're definitely normal dumpsters that drop them too, right? It's not that strange of a thing. Anything roll under there? Yes. Punk. Trying to get away from me. New logbook. Anomaly encounters number 3. We were up on one of the old fire roads doing maintenance on a new gate. I thought Carlos had his radio on, but then I realized the sound was much too clear. There were dozens of them, moving like a swarm. They were a deep orange, like embers off a fire. Each one of them made a sound of some sort, like wind chimes, but softer. We sat and watched them for an hour before they suddenly faded out. Never seen anything like it. And now I will destroy the evidence that this ever happened. Give me fabric. Fabric from a... Ooh, 3. Fabric from a book somehow. Boop. Boop. Still can't fit this, huh? All these stacks of food that are ill-placed. This game has no auto sorts to resolve my problems. Ah. Boop. Jenga, bro. Right, let's get our resources too. I'm balancing my brain whether or not I'm going to do another run right now. It's funny, I do one of these per day, so it's kind of an element of like, but I want to keep playing. I don't want to stop playing for the day, because I do like 1 episode per day. But there's also the part of me that's like, I did like a farming run or like a maintenance run. I spent all episode upgrading my ship, upgrading my vehicle, and doing a run that just unlocks the place for the story next time. So part of me feels bad that I haven't done like story, or even just more than one run, because I was busy doing the cleanup from how bad things went last time. So that makes me want to make a more worthwhile episode where more happens. At the same time, the more monstrously long these get, the more out of hand they can get. Okay, yeah, I was double checking. I can uninstall things from my own car, so I can't help but think about how much more efficient it would be if I could just uninstall these things from this car and then throw them into the recycler instead of having to use up durability on this thing. But then I remembered, like, oh, if they did that, I could just grab replacement parts off of this car and put it on my car, which might be a fun little free resource, but overall it's probably not what they're going for with the stuff. Another steel plate that I can't seem to fit anywhere. There's a little bit wasted effort because I'm about to spend it probably. Oop. Padded parka. I got enough rubber. Whee! Impact resist on my body. Impact resist on my body. 45% impact resist on my body. It's very funny that I qualified for the last tier before the second tier. I am out of rubber again though, so if I needed that, whoops. But I did get that, which is neat. Alright. What can I buy? 9.4 stable. Okay. Let's just see what's left to even buy at this point. The Vargas Autovac. I don't have the rubber for it. Expanded locker. Certainly have space for one of these. Still. Do these ones get upgraded at some point? Because they're relatively small by comparison, aren't they? I have 2 more expanded lockers still for somewhat increased prices, but not that much. Lights. Just the ability to get a flare gun. Gives you access to a whole tier of technology past that point, so I should just learn it, even if I don't make one. But maybe there's enemies you want to shoot a flare at and distract them or something. Bioflare is unstable energy. Not a lot of it either, but more than I have. Roof floodlights. Lead-plated panels. Is the side upgrades around this thing. Puncture proof. My last roof rack. Yep. And boom. My car's all racked up. Got 2 back seat racks, the side seats being used. 2 windows here, 2 windows here, 2 on top. Thing is loaded. And that's every rack purchased. Yeah, that menu's never gonna light up ever again. There's something satisfying there. Yeah, I've never learned how to get a side battery. I should just keep going down this tier in general. I'm definitely interested in being able to make a side battery. Junction restabilizer. Device that will allow you to use a scanner charge to send a modified signal to a junction, scrambling it. Which I guess is you resetting what its situation is to see if you can make it better. I don't fully understand scanner charges yet, necessarily. I'll probably have to at some point. This magnetically enhanced antenna can be activated more times before overheating. That's another thing I don't fully understand. What does activating an antenna more times do? Scanning antenna. Sweep the zone to detect pockets of stability. What does doing it again do? I just don't understand that mechanic. I think I installed that, then the map started working, right? Like, what does scanning again do? I just have my destinations and that's it. I can just pick any endpoint on the current paths. Basically. So what does scanning differently do right now? God, things are really bad across the map. This one's full of bunnies. No. Woof. I wish I just, yeah, maybe I'll just look it up to understand it better online. I keep saying about all sorts of things and never doing it. I should buy the jump jacks because that unlocks further tech tree that I haven't unlocked. I really need to start spending all... I just started buying all the things with stable energy that I keep avoiding buying because I'm not sure if I'll use them. But it's how you get deeper. Ion shield, a far more effective solution than a wall of lead. This field of charged particles captures and effectively neutralizes even the most energetic ionizing radiation. Power hungry but life-saving. So you activate it and it starts eating up your power, but it means you lose a lot of incoming radiation damage. The auto parker. I especially don't understand that one. You use the whole seat rack just to have it automatically do the parking brake? That's all it does? No, sorry, I'm processing what it does. Yeah, it's not an auto... I thought it was an auto parker, like it parks your car the way like self-driving cars do. Like early technology, before they were trying to do self-driving proper, they were just like, your car can park itself. Yay! It does parallel parking on its own, and that seemed like a cool feature to me. But it just turns your parking brake on and off. That's it. Like, it's not that exciting. Mini turbine. I'm guessing that when I was in that wind, it would give me electricity then? Lead acid battery. Seat rack. It just says it's scary. It won't fit under the hood, it won't fit under the seat. This is the work of a maniac. Look at it. It can't be safe. I guess it's just a battery you put on your back seat. So it's not called a seat battery, but that's basically what it is, and that's where the seat battery finally is. I was hoping to have a seat battery at some point. What's currently back here? I have two tanks in the back, so having a battery in the back to make both of your things strong instead of just having two tanks could be nice. I might like that. There's the flare gun. Side battery. Lead acid battery. I can afford the space. Let's drop it. Yes. And we would just want to acknowledge how much danger I'm putting myself in by having that installed. Yay. I'll pick up this backseat tank for later. There you go. What do you want? More like facts machine, am I right? Okay. Punctured tire is very bad. I do not want a punctured tire. Ceiling kit, go. I'm out of rubber again. I'm not. Well, I guess I'm not upgrading my wheels today. I really should have seen if I could upgrade that wheel and then instead of fixing it, I guess. But really, the thing is, I put all my rubber towards. That's not you, is it? Which one's punctured? The front tire here. Oh, I forgot to check what's wrong with it. You need a mechanics kit. We don't need sealing. Well, sealing kit, go here. I have so much space in the back of my car for repair items now, which is neat. Bonk bonk. There you go. So the tire was misaligned. My bad. Can I stack these? I have so much of the stuff required for this thing. And they stack. Probably in stacks of 3 like everything else. Maybe make a couple electrician's kits and a couple sealing kits since they won't take any more space up. Well, I can't make sealing kits. Electrician kits are fine. I haven't had a lot of reason to make a light replacement kit because I'm usually fine about repairing those. That seems fine. Yeah, sealing kits are expensive, unfortunately. Get this big nut out of here. Maybe just generally move them over here. Ta-da! This thing is just screaming for an auto sword button. It screams. It feels pain. You can tell. All right, we're about nearing. Yeah, we're at 2 hours. It's way too late for me to start a new run. That's just what the shape of this episode was. But next time I'll do an objective. I do feel like that's been the structure of this thing. Is I do 2 hours doing progress and then 2 hours doing a plot thing. And that's been like the alternating episode structure. But while I'm here, is there anything I can do upgrade-wise? No thermostat crystals for that. No rubber for that. That's a lot of rubber I need. Well, we're all off-road. Right, I need to buy the next tier of tire still, right? I've had off-road. I still want to make a turbo light engine. I need to find out where thermosap crystals are. It's like legitimately kind of a problem right now. Yeah, so the all-terrain tire isn't that hard to get the technology for. I avoided getting the technology because it's going to definitely require rubber, because yeah, it says rubber down there. And I don't have a supply of rubber, so definitely going to just need to actively pursue every car I see around here. Did I already take this guy out while I got back? Yeah, yo, I definitely, obviously did. So I think I might be out of stuff to do right now until the next run. Knowing that I'm kind of wrapping up, I'm just kind of like, just kind of looking around for anything to kill a few minutes with as I try to wrap things up. All right, I have some lore to catch up on. That's obviously the thing to do in that situation. That's what this show structurally begs for whenever I need a moment to take a few more minutes. As I just talk about the mechanics of that out loud to you directly. If you ever wonder why Let's Players sometimes feel like they're having they're worse at video games and stuff, like some of it's just the fact that they're thinking about the show itself. And that creates its own problems. Let's see, I definitely scanned some new stuff, right? Gold shell stump. Almost similar to the petrified trees we found containing a form of carbon, these trees have something other than sap flowing through them, but at much higher volumes. This liquid seems to eat away at the tree itself, leaving them hollow and highly unstable. Many of them are felled, but the size of the tree indicates that it must have, at some point, been sturdy enough to grow rather large. It is currently unclear how many trees are affected in this way, and if it is a disease, a mutation, or even some creature. Both deciduous and coniferous trees are affected, regardless of the genera. Is it just genre? It's not how I spell genre, but maybe they spell genre, or that's a different. I wonder if it's pronounced genre, but it means something very different. Regardless of genre, affected trees have lost their own seed pods, and something else is growing on them. Despite their fruit-like appearance, these objects are most definitely not edible, and are increasingly difficult to open. Incredibly difficult to open. Incredibly difficult to open. Okay. Challenge accepted. Let's find out. We'll put it out here. Drop. I haven't upgraded one of these. Maybe it'll do it. Fix nothing. Locked, fix none. Well, it's definitely losing durability. Not that easy, huh? Dehydrated gold shell. It stopped raining. I just had the idea. I was like, maybe I'll just put it out in the rain and it'll become a hydrated gold shell. And then maybe it just cracks open easy. Oopsie. I don't think I have access to water otherwise. Can I put it in the sink? Can't even open this one. Ah! Oh, it just fell over. Wait. It's damaged. When did you get damaged? Was it just the physics interaction? Just sit still. Stop rolling everywhere. I don't even know if the game counts this as water, honestly. I damaged it somehow. The wishbone gold shell. And that one looks like some things are just meant to be ripped apart, but you can't do it alone, can you? Okay, I get it. The icon is how you open it. So if I take this out into the field and I put it in the water, I can break these ones. If I take this one out into the field and a tractor beam style enemy grabs it, then we can pry it in half. That's what makes it a wishbone. Does it look different? Not really. Okay, I get it though. Like you have to, there's a puzzle. If you want what's inside this thing, you need to figure out how to open it via environmental interactions and enemy interactions. That's what they want you to do. Alright, I'll bring one of them at a time and we'll see if I remember that next time it comes up. Because that's interesting. And I'm curious if you could just open these ones in the water, like when it rains, just put them outside. So that's why I'm more inclined to leave these ones behind at the base, is I have a specific goal with the wishbone one, and the enemies that can help me with that are pretty common, either the sky jelly guy or the tow truck guy, basically. I don't think I can tow it with my car in any meaningful way. It is funny that you can just get resources in your base. That's definitely more than I used to get from one of those, right? Let's snap up all of the food. Food is becoming a space problem a little bit. Oopsie. No! Unfortunately, with all these tools, my backpack is... Ah! No, don't double spin. Come on. My backpack space is becoming shitty. I just want to remove the somewhat out of place spammy items here that don't belong with the resources. Because the resources take up a lot of space on the run right now. And I wanted to put the tools in the tool container. And the food over here. There we go. Let's maybe take a whole stack of flares with us too. Already have them in my inventory, never mind. Apparently I have an abundance of flares. Got it. Don't need to tell me twice. Alright. So we made a breakthrough there. That was cool. I'm pretty sure I know what to do now with that stuff. But it's going to take another adventure to actually get the chance to try it. So we'll wait on that. Minuteman. While I'm very sorry to hear that you find my anger and frustration difficult to deal with, even intimidating, but I wonder if you'd react the same way if any of your male colleagues came to you with similar complaints or dissatisfaction. I've been on hold for 2 hours, and I'm calling to warn you of a new danger that is very much in everyone's interest to know about. You understand? No, listen to me. Write this down. We're seeing more and more anomalies capable of electrogenesis, of producing electric energy like an eel or a ray, but at remarkable levels. This is enormously dangerous. And I don't care about what secrets Arda wants to keep. This is about people's safety, their lives. This has nothing to do with me trying to muscle in on research or put myself back on some half-assed program. It's about you idiots understanding the risks you're hiding from people. Now let me send this data through. Oh, you want to talk about theories? How are you on limb-wave interpolation or Patel's theory that Arda have twisted half of Peninsula into some kind of Klein bottle? where the inside is now outside as well? Or do you want me to put me through to somebody who is actually interested in making things happen? Yeah, I can hear that she might be a little difficult to deal with, but also she's probably getting more that way because of the how people respond to her too. So it's probably a feedback thing of just this frustration of like, Jesus fucking Christ, can I just talk to people? Can I just get things done, please? I don't know if there's anything here that I've forgotten to read. The wriggling wreck photo is terrible. Wow, can I take a new one for some of these? The left right's also barely visible. It is a neat system that you photograph things, but it doesn't like zoom in or anything, so it's actually really hard to tell what the photo's even of. Yeah, I'm generally remembering these things, I think. Yeah, so I've read all of these ones for sure. Let's go down to where I left off here with the vapor light. Plasma generator. As we continue to explore viable energy solutions in the increasingly unstable environment that is the zone, we have begun testing the first handheld plasma containment devices. In a zone plagued with radiation, instability, electromagnetic interference, and many as yet unexplained phenomena, any infrastructure created for energy transmission has proven to be all but useless. Hence our investigations into the potential of charged or even magnetized plasma. Studying both the conductive and capacitive qualities of the samples we have contained, plasma would likely be far more efficient than the diesel and gasoline we've been forced to haul from place to place, and if the latest research from the Lim Tech team is to be believed, we may soon have a way to make it just as portable. At present, we await updates from Dr. Esid, and as she finalizes her report on Birkeland currents. ARDA management are keen for us to test this technology in the field as soon as possible, but we don't believe it is ready yet. They are, as ever, simply trying to rush research and save money. I think I've read that one before, but it did give us more of a timeline because I've now read the diesel entry before, and so I know that they were hauling diesel around constantly in order to make any of this work, and that's why there's trucks everywhere. And we know that now we know that they tried to move on to these plasma generators as the next technology to stop having to deal with that. Their efforts to research this place and even survive in this place are so desperate and such a struggle that they were actively having to invent technology just to keep up. Not even with the enemy stuff or the things happening to them, but just like being able to exist at all and have power. I remember the Day Trippers one. I just read this stump. Locking things away. Abandoned car. Tenants. Yeah, I remember these. Mobile laboratories, wrecked car. I told him not to bring his own car. From Delaware. I remember that one. Okay, so we're caught up on those. We're caught up on the resource category and the anomalies category. And I will go deeper into other categories as we go. I don't think... Is anything in this entire category a journal entry? I think it's just a factual description of what each caution thing is. Oh boy. Yeah, this game has a deep well of random elements. There are 68 different bad conditions that happen, and I only have discovered 18 of them. And you discover them by going to a location that has them. So, this game is fraught. There could perpetually be more question marks on this map. Granted, some of these are ranked as question marks, and isn't that just Swiftstorm? And there's a bunch of bunnies here. That's a Warren's one. Oh, no, that's the one where they're aggro about grabbing your stuff. That's that one. So they do seem to say question mark when it's a thing you've seen before. Which is weird, but that might just be because you're selecting a place you haven't explored yet, and it just does that for some reason. Oh well. Next episode, I'll be going straight to Red Meadows Research Facility, probably. By straight, I mean straight through that bad zone. Yay.